Good afternoon to you. Today we will continue with parliamentary procedure. Yesterday, I'm sorry I could not have the class because I had our own online classes for civil service as well as departmental candidates. So I could not attend to this class. Now we will continue with parliamentary procedure. In the last class, we have seen who is a private member, how much time is allotted for private member business in both the houses of parliament, and what is the importance of private member business, what is their contribution towards the lawmaking process, and what is the need for encouraging private members so that the country's public interest is served. These are all the things which we have seen in the last class. Today we will see the procedure for introduction of a bill by a private member. A member who wants to introduce a bill has to give 1 month notice. The notice will be accompanied by a copy of the bill and also what is popularly known as SOR, that is Statement of Objects and Reasons. And standard forms are available in the parliamentary notice office in Lok Sabha, and the notice of the bill can be given online portal also, e-portal. So first step, introduction of bill, notice to be given, 1 month notice. You know, some bills require a recommendation of the president and financial memoranda and explanatory note for delegated legislation. The recommendation of the president is required if it is relating to a money bill or changing the name of the state, changing the boundary of the state, etc. So that is the responsibility of the private member. So also financial memoranda has to be prepared if the bill involves expenditure from Consolidated Fund of India. Then there is a explanatory note for delegated legislation. Delegated legislation, I remember explained in the constitutional portion. You know, the law is made by the parliament. Law is a broad framework of the policy which is implemented through a law, through an act. So actually, the minute details of the law also have to be made by the parliament. Parliament has no time, and not only that, they do not have the expertise and they cannot experiment. So what has been done is the law-making authority, that is the parliament, that is the legislature, will make the framework of the law, and the minute details of the law, the provisions of the law, are left to the officers, that is bureaucrats, that is the department. So the law is made to supplement the provisions of the law, the rules are made. Both are complementary in nature. Basic condition is that the provisions of the rules cannot go beyond what is included in the act. See, the act is a framework, rules is a provisions, elaboration. So you make rules within the framework of the act. That is why we call this as subordinate legislation, because these rules, the rules, bylaws, regulations, etc. are subordinate to the legislation. It is also called delegated legislation because the legislature delegates the rule making powers to the officers. So it is called delegated legislation. Every law will have a delegated legislation. You can see, you can go through the law or any act for that matter, Indian Central Administrative Tribunal Act, Industrial Dispute Act 1947, or Income Tax Act, or any act you go through, there will be a mention about as prescribed, as indicated, as prescribed by the government. As prescribed means that prescription will be done by the department through rules. So correspondingly, there will be rule. If there is an act, there will be rules. That is, I think I have already explained this in the constitution. So if a private member is giving a notice for the private member law for a bill, in that case he has to include along with the notice the financial memoranda and explanatory note for delegated legislation, and wherever necessary the recommendation of the president should also be obtained, taken by the member. No doubt Lok Sabha Secretariat will give abundant assistance so that they make the bill, completely free from any imperfection. After the bill is complete in all respect, it is got printed, uploaded in the e-portal, and members e-portal also it is provided, and it is sent for circulation 2 days before the date fixed for introduction. This is number one. When the bill is notice is given, a copy of the notice is given to the concerned minister. So the minister will send it to the department. The department will examine whether the private member bill, the provisions in the private member bill are in synchronization with the law, with the policy of the law, whether it is attracting directive principles or fundamental right, whether already there is a law, whether this law overlaps, and the stand of the department has to be taken at this stage, whether they support the private member bill or not. That stand should be taken by the department. That will be taken after referring to what is known as the Cabinet Committee on what is called Parliamentary Affairs and Resolutions. This Cabinet Committee will decide the final fate of the bill. Nevertheless, as a principle, as a convention, all private member bills are allowed to be introduced. No bill is opposed at the stage of introduction, except where the member is very particular that on the ground of competence. If the competence of the parliament is questioned, then of course the introduction stage itself private member bills are opposed. Otherwise, normally all the private member bills are allowed to be introduced, and they are not opposed. They are not opposed at the introduction stage. Secondly, a member cannot introduce more than 4 bills during a session. This is one of the conditions. When a bill is pending before Lok Sabha, the notice for a similar identical bill cannot be admitted. Second condition. Similarly, the bill seeking to amend the constitution had to be examined by the Committee on Private Member Bills and Resolution. This is the parliamentary committee. This is the parliamentary committee because constitution cannot be allowed to be easily slightly handled. So it has to be examined very deep by the parliamentary committee. Then only those bills which are recommended by the committee are included for introduction in the list of business. That point you should remember. Then after the bills have been introduced and before the bill is being taken up for consideration, the parliamentary committee on private member bills and resolution has to classify the bills according to the nature, importance and urgency. 3 factors. What are the factors? Number 1, urgency. Number 2, importance. Number 3, nature. There are 2 categories made by the committee. It is totally all the bills are divided into 2 categories. That is category A and category B. A category will have the precedence over the B category for the purpose of consideration by the House. The committee also allots the time. Now, the relative precedence of the bill within the category. Remember, A category will have 10 and B category will have 10. Now, A has the precedence over the B. So, inter C seniority, that is among this A category, the relative precedence will be decided by the ballot. One ballot is held for 2 consecutive days allotted for the bills in a session, one ballot for 2 consecutive days. On the day allotted for the ballot, all the bills pending are balloted in the following order. How? What is the order? Number 1, the bills under category A. This is the first one. Secondly, the bills under category B. Number 3, the bills which have not been classified. So these 3 types they are balloted. If A category bills are 20 or more, then B category bills and the unclassified bills are not voted. So the maximum is only 20. You might have seen the list of business. Mostly it is for introduction. Maximum 3 or 2 will be taken for consideration. So that maximum is 20. So suppose if the A category bills themselves amount to 20, then further categorization, further balloting of B and unclassified will not arise. So the bills are included in the list of business for consideration in order of the what is the priority determined in the ballot, and the result is published in the Part 2 bulletin. Now, the member in charge of the bill who secured high rank in the ballot will give notice of the next step. What is that? He wants to get the bill for consideration and passing. This is the next stage. What is known as second reading in the official bills. In the government bills, it is called second reading. Now, remember, the bill, if it is sent for consideration stage, there are many options. Because when you, in the respect of government bills, you send this to the departmentally related parliamentary standing committee, or it can be sent to the select committee, or it can be sent to the joint committee, or it can be sent to the public opinion. So all the 4 are available for private member bill also. So the member sponsoring the bill for consideration can suggest that the bill be taken up for consideration straight away, or the bill can be referred to the select committee or joint committee or circulated for public opinion. Suppose if it is sent to the select committee or joint committee, after receipt of the report, it will be put down for taken up for consideration. At the stage of consideration, the members might have given notice for amendments. So all the amendments will be taken into consideration, and each amendment will be voted. Class by class discussion will continue. After class by class discussion, remember the title of the enacting formula, title of the bill, everything will be discussed. Remember, finally, the minister in charge, who is minister in charge of the contents of the bill. Remember, you have to see this is a private member bill. The author of the bill is a private member. That is, who is not a minister. That is, he is maybe a ruling party, maybe an opposition party. He is an independent member, independent court, not the actual independent member. He is not a minister. So he is in charge of the bill. The other side is minister, who is the government. So now, if there is already a law covering this subject, or if the government is proposing another law taking into consideration the important factors included in the private member bill, so the minister will give you a reply covering all the points. He will say why the private member bill is redundant, why already we have the provisions which are included in the private member bill, and the private member bill is superfluous, or the private member bill does not meet the needs of the hour. All the explanation, all the arguments against the private member bill will be given by the government. In government means the minister who is in charge of the subject included in the private member. So after minister has given the explanation, then he will request the private member to withdraw the bill. He will request the private member to withdraw the bill. In all probability, the private member will withdraw, because he does not want to confront, because his intention is he has raised the subject to the attention of the members of the public. He raised the issue to the attention of the House. He raised the issue to the attention of the government. The entire House has heard him. So it has become a public debate. So his intention is confined only to that. So that has been achieved. So he will yield. Normally, he will yield to the request made by the minister and he will withdraw the bill. Supposing, let us say, if he is insisting, no, he is sticking to that. No, I don't want to withdraw. This you will not. This has been in the parliamentary debate for many years. You are not taking any action. I want this to be voted. Let the people understand that the government is indifferent. If he insists that the private member bill should be voted, then the speaker will order voting of the bill. First voice vote. If he insists for division, it will be voting will be by division, and the fate of the bill will be decided. Supposing if the bill has been passed, then of course it will be sent to the other house. This is the procedure for sponsoring a bill and taking the bill for consideration and passing of the bill wherever possible. Thank you. We will continue with the next class. Thank you very much.